Hey, how is everybody doing? Thanks for coming and checking out this video. This is Bluefoot Homestead. My name is Brian, and today I am going to talk a little bit about canned food. You know, everybody's kind of getting their stuff together. A lot of people are out there prepping. Even homesteads, a lot of people are stockpiling a little bit of food. Some people a lot of food. And I see a lot on the channels. Get the bang for the buck. So you want to shoot for the cheaper prices for the most part so you can get a little bit more. Is that really worth it? We're going to find out today. So this is a little experiment that I did when I was in culinary school and learning about buying certain products and certain names and what you actually get out of it as far as a product yield. What's the quality of the product? And finding out if what you're buying is actually worth it and what you're expecting in the long run before you make the purchase. So I'm going to do 3 side-by-sides. I'm going to do Great Value, I'm going to do Libby's, and I'm going to do Del Monte. I'm going to see basically what you get and all the numbers, what the total weights are, and eventually what the yield of the product is. So when I did this before in culinary school, I was very surprised that the cheaper brand actually had a better yield and a really good quality too. And that was through the food purveyor and their local house brand, so to speak, was actually better than spending the extra money for the name brand. So I'm going to do some corn today. I'm going to find out what I'm actually buying. I am a little bit biased because I like the flavor of a certain one, but we will see. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so first off, here's what I'm going to do. Here's my scale. I'm going to get measurements on each of these. So hopefully you'll be able to see it. So right now it's reading 0. I am going to do ounces. All right, so there you go. I have it set up for pounds and ounces. Grams would be a lot more specific and accurate since these all come in grams as well. But since we live here in America, we use pounds and ounces. I'm going to go ahead and use that for the measurement. All right, so first off, I'm going to do Del Monte. This is saying it's 14.75 ounces, 418 grams. So let's see if it actually weighs out. Nope, it's going to be heavier because they didn't take the can into account. So that is going to be the contents inside the can, not the whole can. Okay, so right now it's tared out. I am going to use these Tupperware containers. I'm going to set that on 4.3 ounces. I'm going to tare it. So now we're sitting at 0. I just want to make sure these all weigh the same. That would be nice. 1/10 off. 1/10 off. Try this one again. 1/10 off. Oh, okay, it's probably within 100th. I think that's close enough. Let's go ahead and start with the tried and true. What most people get. Crack this open so you absolutely know there's no cheating going on here. So I'm going to set this on. I'm going to re-tare it. I will tare it for each one just to make sure that that's perfectly accurate. So that is all zeroed out right now. One kernel left. One kernel, let's be fair. All right, so empty can. This is reading 15.4 ounces. Well, guess what? It was only supposed to be 15 ounces. So yeah, it's already a little bit overweight. You're already getting a little bit more than you probably expected. So I'm going to go, the contents on this, 15.4 ounces. Not too bad of a start, huh? So let's do that. See, the tear's already off. Let's tear that one out. Let's go ahead and go with Libby's. So this one is supposed to be 15.25 ounces. Make sure I got a couple kernels in there. There you go, empty can. Set that one aside. We are at 15.6 ounces. So Libby's was supposed to be 15.25. That one's just about zeroed, but now let's go ahead and do Del Monte. Clean the top off because I will be eating these. Well, apparently I got cream corn. This one, I'll see if I can find a Del Monte regular corn. This is 13.5. And it's supposed to be 14.75. So just on that, even if I don't use it, it's supposed to be 14.75. And as you can see here, we're reading 13.5 ounces. So this is already shorting us 1 ounce. Shame on you, Del Monte. Shame. Okay. So being that it's cream corn, there's a lot that kind of sticks in the can. Now I was already able to take it from 13.5 to 14.2, so that's probably accurate. So a little bit better. I love cream corn. So I'm going to see if I can find some regular sweet corn in Del Monte. I don't know if I have any, but I'm going to take a look. I will be right back. So I'm going to have the sweet corn too, but I'm going to have to use a different Tupperware container for this one. So let's go ahead and do the regular kernel corn. Okay. So this one is 15.25 pounds or ounces instead of the 14.75. So it is going to be the same weight as Libby's. And we're looking at 15.4. So Del Monte. So now I'm going to see how much water is involved. And that's going to give us a yeah, cream corn's going to be out on this one. So cream corn might actually be done. Let's just see, because there's no changing it from here on out. So I'm going to set that one aside. I have a bowl here. And I'm going to get a strainer and strain all the water out and see how much we have at that point. Alright, so let's get that out of the way. Let's get this going on. I have a strainer, colander, and a bowl. So let's go ahead and start with Walmart. Great value. This is the Great Value right here. I noticed the water seems a little more yellow. Oh, cheating. That's why it was heavier. So I'm going to do this. I am going to reweigh this without the lid. It's actually reading higher than the 15.4 that I got, so we'll just go with the 15.4. So, back to this. Get the colander, Great Value. Get the drips out. Empty strainer. That is just the corn with no water. So that's Great Value. This is going to be Libby's. Two kernels, they count. Landed on a clean spot. There we go. Now we got the Del Monte. Del Monte. All right, so that's a whole lot of juice right there. I noticed the Libby's was pretty much clear. Walmart was yellow and Del Monte was a little bit in between the two. All right, so now I'm just gonna re-tare it. So I'm gonna there we go. Tear. All right, so just the corn. And I'm not gonna cheat. Shame on me for this, but we're at 9.2 ounces. This is gonna be the Libby's. That is just the corn, no water, no can, no nothing. Great Value, 8.6 ounces of corn. Del Monte, 9.5. Okay, so I went in and worked the numbers a little bit to try to find out the percentage yield. Now all you do is you get the price of what you purchased it for, divide that by the actual product that you have, and that's going to give you your percentage yield. So Great Value corn. So the Great Value corn was 58 cents a can. I got the Libby's on sale for 58 cents, but I got the regular price to work these numbers. I got 2 cases of them. So that was supposed to be 15 ounces. It ended up being 15.4 ounces, so it was a little bit better than what they actually claimed was in the can. That might vary from can to can as well. The total contents was 8.6 ounces of actual corn, So the 58 cents divided by 8.6 comes up with a 57% yield. Now I just rounded it to, you know, above 5, below 5. It was 56 point something, so 57% on the Great Value corn. So 57%, that's not too bad. Next one is going to be Libby's. 95 cents a can, which is a pretty good deal on that. Here's the corn. That one was 95 cents a can. It was claimed to have 15.25 ounces of product. We had 15.6. So that was a little bit better than advertised. Total yield without the water in the juice is 9.2 ounces, which is a little bit better at 60% yield. So it's a little bit better yield, a little bit more expensive product. So next, the Del Monte. Got the spaghetti Tupperware that's all stained up. I apologize about that, but it is what it is. I had to improvise. Del Monte, $1.38 per can. Quite a bit more expensive. They advertised at 15.4 ounces. We got 13.5 ounces, so this one was a bit lower than advertised. Now that is probably going to vary from can to can, but you know, they're claiming to have a lot more in the can than you're actually getting, so shame on them. We ended up yielding 9.5 ounces of corn, which is better than all the others, which means it's less water and more product. So even though you pay a little bit more, you're actually getting a little bit more product. That comes in at 62% yield. So that is actually the highest yield out of all of them. So another number that I worked that you'll see at Walmart that some people talk about, some don't. On the price tag for the product that you're buying, it will break it down how much per unit of weight. So if it's $1.38 for a can, it's going to tell you exactly how much per ounce. It's going to do the math for you. It's kind of nice to look at those. It doesn't always apply to what you might be buying the product for, but it's good to know. I don't have many of the numbers. I took a couple pictures of the price tags of some, but it's going to be total contents of the can, not the actual yields. But I'll go ahead and put the information in if I actually have it. I know the Libby's I don't have it, so I might just scratch it. So anyway. Price per ounce, 58 cents for the Great Value, 8.6 ounces of actual corn with a 57% yield comes up to 0.067 cents per ounce. So they were actually saying on the tag that I took a picture of that it was 0.069. So they actually gave a little bit more product, and they were saying that you're paying more per ounce than you actually paid. So that's even a better deal. So Libby's, 95 cents a can with a 60% yield is coming to 0.103 cents per ounce. So not quite double, but another 40% added onto that. Del Monte, $1.38 a can, 62% yield, comes up to 0.145 cents per ounce. Make sure I get it all out. So definitely when it comes to the contents in the can, the Del Monte's the most, Libby's is going to be the next highest, about right in the middle, and then Great Value being the cheapest. So basically boils down to you're getting more in the can compared to the water with the Del Monte than the Libby's, than the Great Value. But if you're just trying to go completely cheap, Great Value is going to be the best, Libby's the second, and Del Monte the next. So the next big thing is I'm going to go ahead and run on in, and I'm going to do a little bit of a comparison between these. And show you the actual product. As you can see, they all look quite a bit different. This one's definitely the lightest. That one's a little bit darker, and this one's almost taken on an orangish color instead of yellow. Comparing these two together, yeah, quite a big difference. And I will say this, I can't say this enough. Anytime you're cooking and you're using ingredients and cooking food, always taste your food. Know what you're using for your ingredients, so you know what the outcome is going to be. You know, a lot of people just read a recipe, throw the ingredients together, put it on the table, and say, I'm hoping for the best. That should never be a statement at all. So I'm going to go through and taste these different ones. I'm going to go ahead and go with this one. Just looking at it, I can't get close enough to actually show it on camera. It's not going to really show. But there's a lot of broken up parts. There's a lot of smashed kernels. You know, a lot of stuff like that, if you can actually see it. You know, just kind of broken up, exploded kernels. So, which isn't the best, but let's go and get a spoonful. It's corn. It's light, it's crisp, pretty good. And try this one. This one is a little bit smaller. Now the kernel size, that's the biggest, this is the medium. These two are about the same, but this is smaller. This is more of a baby corn, or the type of corn that they used. The kernels are just about perfect. There's no destruction going on in the can like in this one here. So let's go ahead and taste it. So much more firm. This one's a little bit sweeter and saltier. This one's a little more watered down, but it still tastes pretty good. Now I'm going to go ahead and go with this one. This one, the kernels look pretty good. There's a couple little shells and misfit pieces in there, but it's very big. It's orange, which kind of scares me a little bit, but overall, it looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and give this one a shot. Now, I'll say this one tastes absolutely nothing like these other two. Almost metallic and watery. It's not pleasing at all, actually. And yeah, I'll just start with that. This one is the Walmart, and I'm pretty unbiased when it comes to this stuff because I want to try to prove to myself what's going on. The middle one is going to be the Del Monte. And of course, this one over here is going to be the Libby's. Now I'm going to go through and taste them again because it changes as you go through each different one. I do like that. It's got a bit of salt. Not as sweet as I was originally thinking, so the other ones probably had some sugar in it as well. The salt and sugar is about the same on these. Not much of a difference at all. This one, the texture is much better. It seems a lot more fresh. It doesn't even really seem canned. It seems like fresh corn. This one seems like canned, but the quality is just about as good. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the Great Value. It's crisp, maybe a little bit more chewy, but not really that bad as far as the texture goes. But that taste and that flavor is just, wow. It tastes like salty mercury. Yeah, that scares me a little bit. But hey, you know what? it's cheap. And you can get 2 of these for the price of 1 of these. So, you know, you got to weigh the odds a little bit. This one actually has, the Libby's actually had the corn hairs. I forget what you call them, but yeah. So probably a bit less processed compared to maybe these other two. But if this wasn't destroyed so much, that would definitely be the winner. I like the flavor of this more, but definitely the quality of the product for Libby's. And it's funny because I always thought Libby's had the best flavor, but doing a side-by-side comparison, Del Monte wins with the flavor. Walmart, it'll fill you up. It'll give you some food. Now I doubt the nutrients are going to be much different. Now let's compare some nutrients real quick. Fat, gram, cholesterol, no. Sodium, 320 milligrams of sodium, so I thought that was saltier. The Great Value, 170 grams of sodium. The Libby's, 320 grams of sodium. So I was saying that these tasted very similar as far as the salt and sugar go. So let's check on the sugar. 5 grams of total sugars. Total sugar, 7 grams of sugar. I originally said that had a little bit more, but after tasting them side by side, I didn't really notice it. And this one is 6 grams of sugar. This, I don't even taste the sugar. That's not sweet at all. So I don't know. Yeah, there's just some weird stuff going on there. But, you know, like I said, it's cheap. If it's what you can afford, it's going to be fine. If you don't do the side by side with the higher quality and lower quality, you're probably not even going to be able to tell the difference. And especially if you're used to eating the Great Value, it's just going to be normal. You know, there's nothing to really worry about. There's nothing that's going to change. But it's always good to do side by sides. I actually did one on salt, tasting salt, 5 different types of salt, from Himalayan sea salt to iodized Morton and pretty much everything in between. And you would be absolutely amazed and your mind blown on how different salts can actually taste. So I'm just going to go ahead and go in here. I still have my cream corn here. I do love me some cream corn. So I'm going to get a bite. Yes, sir. That is good stuff. So, yeah, and about the cream corn, the numbers are pretty easy because it's 100% usable. It's 100% yield. That comes to just a hair over 9 cents per ounce. So just about as cheap as Walmart. And because you're eating all of it. And all they do with this is whenever they cut the corn, they just scrape the husk and get all the starch out of it and then mix it together. That's the original way to make cream corn. I don't know what's going on with this. It's probably some gelatins and cornstarch and all that kind of stuff. Could actually be interesting to see. It should just be corn that's in this, but yeah, so it's just water, corn, cornstarch, sugar, and salt. So very simple. They probably put a little bit of starch in it just to help out the water situation and make it creamy, but that's a pretty good, wholesome cream corn right there. It's a good quality product. So yeah, there you go. Whether you want quality or yield or overall price, that's what you're looking at. Go ahead and do that. And definitely the cheapest. These two are pretty dang close. You know, but as far as a good deal on it, this is the Del Monte's going to be a little bit better deal. I was always thinking Libby's would be, but no. So for me, I'm still going to go towards Libby's just because of the quality of the product, and the quality of the corn is much better than the other ones. So and it's a little bit younger. The younger the vegetable and animal is usually the better quality product, and the most tender and stuff like that. And Second, I'd probably put it as the Great Value, just because the price yield is excellent, and then Del Monte. So hopefully this shows you a little bit of an example of how to see what you're actually getting when you go out and buy some food. So I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you like videos like this, I'd appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button as well. So till next time, I do appreciate you watching. I can't appreciate enough. You guys have a great day, and peace.